Commissioner's notes, commissioner's notes, commissioner's notes, commissioner's notes, commissioner's notes, commissioner's notes.
The Commissioner's Notes Podcast.
Hey, welcome in, folks. Week 4 is in the books, and today I'm joined by not my regular co-host, but a very, very, very special guest, one of my favorite human beings on the planet. Mr. Tom Borns is joining us today.
Honored to be here. Lucky to be here. Happy to be filling this role for Caleb, whatever he's doing, probably in support of our Sun Devils tonight.
I believe so, yeah. He's got some going on.
Good.
I believe it's the first week of Sun Devil hockey is what's going on.
Wow.
So he's got a
wearing
stacked
his parka.
He's wearing his parka. I believe he got hired to be the Zamboni driver.
Oh, fantastic.
This would be super sick.
Well, big shoes to fill. Excited to be invited back. This is so much fun.
Yeah, dude. Love it. Commissioner's notes, man. Can't believe we're already 4 weeks in. Can't believe bye weeks actually already start this week. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm never excited when it happens. It indicates the season's going by, and then it's kind of right when, at least this year for me, I'm saying, oh man, I'm getting really excited about this team. It's coming together.
Yep.
We're getting a couple of wins together.
And then you got to say goodbye.
I got to start being tactical, even more so.
Fortunately for me, I have no one on bye this week, but my competitor Clint does. We'll get into all of that. Before we do, though, we want to talk about a couple different things today. First things first, we want to talk rookies. We want to talk rookies that we're excited about, but more importantly, people that we're not giving up hope yet. People who haven't quite exploded onto the scene, that it's just worth holding on to them and hoping for the best.
Absolutely. And I think this is a prudent topic because we're starting to see that happen for some rookies already.
Yep.
I drafted a Marion Hampton with a lot of shares.
Congratulations.
Very excited about this. Find me some wood to knock on, Harry, because it's still, is this real wood floor? It counts if I tap. But after, yeah, that looks like wood.
That's beautiful.
Anyway, 2 good weeks in a row for him. A little bit worried about what's going to happen with the offensive line with Joe Alt being out, but that's good. But also Woody Marks, who I drafted and then dropped for, I don't know, fucking Jerome Ford or somebody.
That's depressing.
And now he's on Jimmy's team, who the rich get richer. This is America.
But there's a lot of rookies performing right now. I've got a lot of rookies on my team that I'm relying on week by week. Amika Egbuka, absolute gangster.
Stud.
Could potentially be a keeper option for me next year. I only paid $27 for him.
Yeah, man. He's I think he's a guy that if we were doing like
Redraft?
snake draft, which is, less than, but he'd be somebody to be going in the first round.
Oh, yeah. By next year, absolutely.
Which equates to a high dollar guy in our league.
Cam Scattaboo was on the waivers. I spent a pretty penny to get him.
That's
glad I did. Off. He is a beast. I said it in the chat. When he scores or does anything and does the backflip into the surf, my favorite thing in the world. Nothing gets me hyped quite like that right now. He might be my favorite player in the NFL. I'm obviously an ASU homer. Definitely my favorite Sun Devil to have watched of all time.
Yes, I think
honestly,
so. Yeah, I recency bias, but I was having that discussion with some fellow alumni at the end of last year.
I just can't think of who I enjoyed watching more. Not since like Jake the Snake when we were kids, but that doesn't really even count. Yeah. But who are you not giving up on? Outside of those guys we're talking about right now who are doing great, who's someone you're not giving up on who hasn't quite exploded onto the scene yet?
I think he's poised to break out. He was showing some flashes on Sunday night. And of course I'm going to play him this week. So FML, but why am I saying FML? Fuck my life. Jesus Christ.
You say give him hell.
Yeah, sure.
Give him hell.
Anyway, Trevor has Matthew Golden on his team, Packers receiver. He started getting involved a lot on Sunday in that exciting and pivotal matchup, which may come up in our discussion later between the Packers and the Cowboys. Anyway, I think he is a stud.
I think so.
And I think that he's going to start getting the ball a lot. The Packers are on bye this week.
They are on a bye this week.
I just realized that. So my point is not quite so poignant. But nevertheless, I think Trevor is in a good position to be patient with Matthew Golden or trade him to me.
Yeah. What did he run in the 40? What is he, 4.28 guy, I think?
Crazy fast. He's got size. He's got speed. And they're, like I said, they're starting to really get him involved in that offense, which means he's picking up LaFleur's offense and means he's probably going to be somebody who down the stretch is going to, maybe have a kind of explosion like Amika has.
I would love to see him become the wide receiver one on that team. The Packers are very unpredictable. You don't know whose week it's going to be. This week was Romeo Dobbs, but it could be a Tucker Kraft week. It could be a Matthew Golden week. So we haven't seen it yet, but he's going to get into the end zone. I think he's going to have an awesome season and probably an awesome career. So I'm with you. Be patient, Trevor. Be patient, everyone out there, with Matthew Golden stock. It's going to cash.
How about you, Marcus? Who are some rookies that you're thinking that's important to be patient for?
There's a man at the bottom of my my bench right now who I absolutely love. I loved him in college when he was at Virginia Tech. That would be Bajal Tutin.
Yes.
Of the Jacksonville
3-1 Jaguars.
This 3-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe Liam Cohen has turned it around. They obviously traded Tank Bigsby early in the season to the Philadelphia Eagles because they felt confident enough in this kid they had behind them. The other thing is, traditionally, the Jags are weird as hell with running backs. So James Robinson, Jimmy and I had this conversation a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I remember James Robinson was like a top 5 fantasy running back. And then the next season, they
completely
clearly just like hated him. I don't know how else to say it. It's like they were not putting him in a position to succeed. They didn't show that they had any trust in him, and were constantly giving opportunities to Travis Etienne until Travis Etienne eventually took over that backfield. And then last year,
disappeared.
Travis Etienne disappears. His performance went down just a little bit. What do? They plugged right in Tank Bigsby.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, everyone went into this year thinking Tank Bigsby might be the running back one.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne looks good, I will say that. But if that dips even a little bit, I don't put it past the Jaguars to just throw him at the RB2 and give Bajal Tutin a shot. So I don't know. I think that Bajal Tutin's a great pass catcher. He had some fumbling issues in college, but, I think he'll work through it. He's a speedster. He's got a nose for the end zone. He's already scored twice this year on very, very minimal touches. And like I said, God forbid Travis Etienne goes down, gets a little banged up. They're going to plug him in immediately, and I think they're going to be a better team for it. So I am being patient on the RB2 in Jacksonville, Mr. Bajal Tutin.
Absolutely.
Do you have another one?
Well, I was going to bring up somebody on your roster,
Please.
Or maybe on Sam's, RJ Harvey, but he's starting to kind of pop a little bit as well. I don't know how much.
I think he's actually on Caleb's roster.
Oh, he's on Caleb's roster.
He's on Caleb Klug's roster.
You know what? There's a good answer, though. Bill Krosky, who has quieted down after it kind of flashed at the start. I think he's going to pick it back up. It's I almost called them their dead name. Yep. I believe is the
R word
term for that.
Yep.
I think they're going to get it back together when Jaden gets back in the lineup, which I know Sam Camp is counting on. And I can see Bill Krosky Merritt popping back off. The other guy that I kind of wonder if is going to, start showing out is actually Cam Ward. I have no faith. I have no faith in the team around him, but I think he's pretty good, man. Every week I see like a highlight from him. It looks like he's a stud. The problem is they have somebody running the show there that is about to lose his job.
Callahan is not a good coach. I will stand on that. At least he's not a good head coach. I didn't actually love Cam Ward coming out of college. He was very nonchalant in his play style, which can translate to confidence or poise. But to me, I don't think he's got the it factor. He really doesn't. He said it himself. Their team is ass. That's not what you want to hear. That's not what you want to hear from your franchise guy, your number 1 overall draft pick. Even if it's true and you're trying to keep it a buck, and try to stay positive, be grateful, because he has to be facing his teammates the next day. Like, we're what? You really you were calling us ass in front of the whole world. Of course, it's a viral moment.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I mean, it's nice to see some fire from somebody like that, and that's why I just think that even though this is supposedly a weak quarterback class, I've seen some flashes.
Yeah,
I think it'd be nice. He's about to get a skill guy back in Tyjae Spears. Maybe takes somebody with some bursts that takes a little pressure off.
They need a number 1 wide receiver,
but they're abysmal, and I'll be happy if I don't watch another snap of Titans football all year. But if you have Cam Ward on your roster, I think it's still Jimmy. Maybe I would be patient and hang on to him.
Yeah, I mean, in this league, you can't really afford to drop quarterbacks. They're just not available.
$25 Dylan Gabriel starter this week.
Yeah,
there's a rookie to have been patient on.
Is he starting this week?
Yes.
Dylan Gabriel is?
Yes.
Is that breaking news?
Breaking news.
I actually had no idea that was the thing. So that's good foresight by Rami, who picked him up.
Yes.
And I don't blame him.
$25. but that's a fucking bargain.
I mean,
when
it's
you
a quarterback
compare it to Jake Browning, for example.
You got to, and then you just hope Dylan Gabriel doesn't shit the bed, because then at that point,
will it help my Jerry Jeudy shares? Perhaps we find out next week.
I think Browns beat the Packers, and then they just look so bad. Yeah, they're a hard team to gauge right now as well, because another rookie, Quinshawn Judkins, looks like
Stud.
the man.
That guy is sick.
Absolute stud. A lot of great rookie standouts.
Ryland, the soothsayer.
Yeah, legitimately. The other guy I was just going to bring up is Tet McMillan. I think it's worth it in our league at Sam Camp, but if you have shares of Tet McMillan, just wait. Just wait on it. And we've seen it the last couple of years is, the Panthers are obviously a poverty franchise. Unfortunately, my beloved Panthers suck very, very bad. I'm a Panthers guy. You didn't know
also
that, did
breaking
you?
news.
Yeah. But Bryce Young, we saw it last year. He starts the season horribly. He's a head case. And then he just kind of gets better as the year goes on. Obviously, last year he got benched and was forced to kind of change the way he was playing the game of football altogether. But I think Bryce Young is actually going to get stronger as the year goes on. I think the Panthers are actually going to get better as the year goes on. And I think Tet McMillan has everything you would want in a wide receiver one. He is fast. He is strong. He's got unbelievable hands. He's long. He can go up and get the ball. The catch radius is wild. I think he's just got all the right tools. He hasn't seen the end zone yet, but he can't be far away from it because the target share is He is there. He's getting the monster share of the targets that are being thrown, and it's only a matter of time. He's still a rookie. He's still young, but he's got all the tools to be an elite top 10, potentially top 5 type of a guy in this league.
I think he's got keeper written all over him. Whoever finishes the year with him, I bet it's not going to be who has him now, or even who trades for him in the next coming weeks.
Yeah,
because I do predict that our league is going to get that cooking. It's been happening today. I think it could even happen possibly during the show. I don't know.
We never know.
But none of these players that we talk about are going to stay where they are for long. In this league, so we'll see. Somebody is going to keep Tet McMillan, though. That's my prediction.
It's been hard to trade this year, at least for me. I normally have like stuff I cook up every single week, but it's normally because I hate the guys on my team. But right now I open my phone and I smile. I see myself at the top of the division. It's just a beautiful time to be a part of the Camarcus Scatabay organization.
Great name.
And I'm just pumped, man. I haven't been 3-1 since probably the Obama administration. And so I am like ready to keep this train rolling.
How many rule changes have we done since the Obama administration?
Oh, trillion. I think we were still a regular PPR league back then. I think we were probably a snake draft back then too. Oh yeah, we definitely were.
I wasn't in the league.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I think I was still doing blog posts at that point in time. I was living in my old apartment. I mean, I'm telling you, guys, I've come a long way. I hope everyone's really proud of me. Some people are happy. Some people are really sad. It's kind of split. Is it good for the league when I'm good? No. You're on. Damn it.
No.
I think it's really good for the league when I'm good.
It's really good for the host of this podcast.
I think it's really good for the host of this podcast. It gives a little bit more credence to everything that I say. So, top of the division, 3-1, feeling good. You are 2-2, or are you 3-1 as well?
2-2 and I was doing some math on the way here. 2-2. I have the second most points scored in the league. Actually, it's 505 to 507. It's me or Jimmy. And the second most points scored against in the league, I forgot who it is, but some poor bastard has gotten slightly more against them than me. It's brutal. It comes back to something a very handsome man said in the draft day video. This is a lot about luck in this fucking league. And it's been a tough start to the schedule. Hopefully this week, I don't know if we're ready to talk about matchups. Hopefully this week I might get a little bit lucky. But hey, you know what? Every time I play Trevor, he kicks my ass. So this momentum might be short-lived.
We'll get into the matchups, but I want to talk more ball.
We can talk more ball.
Caleb's not here. Dad's not here. I have no rules. I think we should talk some more ball.
I like talking ball.
Let's talk about bad offensive lines. Good players. In other words, good players that are just in horrible situations. Could be quarterbacks, could be running backs. I'll start Baker, even though he is a monster and Bucky is a monster and the Bucs are having a good season. They are clearly very limited in what they're able to do because that pocket collapses quick. Bucky Irving got a little banged up this week. I'm not saying it's because of the offensive line. I'm just saying they're struggling. And I think Baker would probably be QB1 or 2 right now if that pocket just could protect him a little bit better than it is currently.
He's so sick. Actually, on a quick side note on
Yeah.
that, I was thinking earlier about how it kind of sucks being a Cardinals fan and how much I'd love to be cheering for a guy like Baker.
Oh
how much
my
it
gosh.
must suck to be a Browns fan right now watching him go off and how much fun that
Or a
offense
Panthers
is to watch.
fan watching him go off.
Sure, but like, yeah, the defensive end you guys let go. But it's just what a fun offense to watch, and then
It is.
the slog that the team that I watch is or cheer for is to watch. It's just brutal. But I think one bit of good news for Bucky Irving and
Did the MRI come out good?
I don't know. Oh, number one, the other Sun Devil.
Oh, yeah. Rashad White.
Rashad White. Is Tristan Wirfs is coming back for them either this week
Great.
or next?
I know
And
he
he's
played last week.
oh shit.
Yeah, he did.
Not breaking news.
I know. Tristan Wirfs did play last week. In fact, he got into a little skirmish with someone and got his helmet ripped off.
Oh well,
But
you know
the-
what? That is not good talking ball for me. Never mind.
But I will say that
cut that.
yeah, what I will say that is it is a blast cheering for the Bucks. I'm so happy to have shares in Baker and in Mika Egbuka. It is one of the highlights of my week. That's why even if trades are good sent to me right now, I'm not sure I'm willing to give that up because the Bucks are just an awesome team. And the good news is they're normally down. They're kind of the comeback kids every single week. They're normally down, and then Baker just turns into an awesome gunslinger. Mika eats that 77-yard touchdown, made my entire Sunday. That was so much fun. The way he fit that in there in between the two guys was crazy. And Amika, the concentration to bring it in was just so fucking cool. I love Amika. I love Baker. The offensive line needs a little bit of work. I think they're a legit contender if they can figure that out. But that is a horrible, horrible offensive line at the moment.
Yeah, man, it's I didn't realize Wirfs was playing. Yeah, there's no hope in sight then.
No.
Obviously, the other one that I know we talked about this before, and it's glaringly obvious. It's the Bengals offensive line. Not only is Joe Burrow back on the IR, but Chase Brown is getting fucked. And
hell happened
I
to that
thought
guy?
I was so disappointed when I arrived at our host's home and found out that he was in fact keeping Chase Brown, which was the fiscally responsible move. I thought he was going to be going off this year. And the Bengals offensive line is maybe the worst in the league.
Jake Browning also might be the worst quarterback in the league.
I think that they're, you know what? He played so well in relief of Joe Burrow. Well,
He threw 3 interceptions. That's the thing that
I meant
everyone
2 years ago
forgets.
for 2023.
Oh,
Because
got
he
it,
put up
got
a
it,
bunch
got
of,
Gotcha.
you know, I know Jamar Chase and T. Higgins had good stats down
For
the stretch
sure.
from him. And it makes you wonder if it's, you know, what else around it is keeping them from being able to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe Zach Taylor's scheme is getting figured out. He's one of the least exciting coaches, I think, in the NFL.
For sure. Yeah.
He looks like, you know, when you start a Madden franchise, there's like 3 options of white guy. He's
Mhm.
like the second one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, it's the most nondescript. Do you know what Zach Taylor looks like?
Yeah. Could you point out Zach Taylor
Could you
if he was
make
walking down
the
the
Zach
street right
Taylor police sketch? Could you describe him to an officer?
No.
I don't think you can.
now? No. Absolutely not. Bengals, it sucks. It sucks for Jamar Chase. I feel bad for him. T. Higgins is a huge, unfortunately, drop candidate in a lot of leagues right now, which is
crazy.
insane. But what can you do?
$20 million, maybe more player.
Yeah, they're dying from some production anywhere, but I think it starts with their quarterback situation. I do think it's time to hit the Mike White button. Myself,
The Jameis button.
I am-
to parrot other podcasts.
I totally
That's
think that
easier said than done.
I
but-
think that Mike White is actually better than people think. And watching him in Hard Knocks, I was really cheering that he would actually make the team in Hard Knocks. He did not make the Bills. But I think he's
so
a better
he's not
option.
better than Mitch Trubisky.
According to some, not according to this guy right here. I think Mike White, I don't want to call him a stud, but as far as backup quarterbacks go, you could do a lot worse than Mike White. And I think Jake Browning doesn't hold a candle to Mike White. Myself, that's what I feel about it. Jake Browning is the least exciting name in the league, the most expensive player in league history at $97 of fab.
There must be like a the point I was going to make was that fab $97 in fab is a little bit different. But then again, you make $97 or $100 last year the whole season.
Right. I've got 40 left. I've spent up on players that I like. I'm spending money on defenses. I think that's a huge thing is that I'm finally learning the values of kickers and defenses because in the past I just fucking throw out whoever.
Maybe just in time for us to remove them from the
No, well, we'll see. As always, it's up to a vote. Any commissioners out there, make sure you're not just making crazy decisions. Everything's got to be up to the vote. Be a man. You don't work for yourself. You work for the league, okay? Just like the real commissioner himself.
The no kicker lobby is possibly a silent majority.
Absolutely. Next is the Patriots. Patriots offensive line is a tough one to watch. I know you have Drake May. I know you've been watching closely. Travion Henderson is, I don't think, the person that we wanted him to be. He did see pay dirt this past weekend, which was his first of his career. Ramondre has been wiped off the face of the earth. I don't even know that he'll be on a team. I'm sure he'll be on a team, but I don't know if he'll be on the Patriots next year. It's just rough over there right now. Drake May is a stud. Even Stephon Diggs had a great game last week. But you were even saying last week the special teams is killing.
Oh my God. Yeah. Every fucking week I look in there and it's like, oh, Patriots got to stop. Oh, Patriots scored. Long touchdown pass from Drake May? No.
Nope.
Crazy punt return.
Marcus Jones looked like a freak of nature last week on the punt returns.
Who were they playing?
Last week?
Yeah.
Shit, dude. I don't even remember.
I remember it was the Panthers.
It was the Panthers. Yeah, they beat us like 43-14 or something like that. Rough stuff.
But I do agree with you. I think that that's another example of an offensive line that is hurting them. I'm worried about Drake May getting knocked out. I'll worry about injury there.
Yeah.
And Travion Henderson is a guy that possibly another candidate of rookie to be patient with. Obviously, we've seen flashes. He's so good at Ohio State, but inconsistent offense. We'll see. Big matchup for the Patriots this week against the Bills. Possibly a shootout. One can only hope so. And I'm playing Josh Allen. Never mind. Defensive.
I have all the faith in the world in Vrabel to potentially figure this out, but it all starts with the big boys up front. Travion Henderson was one of the most talked about names coming into the draft. People were drafting him at crazy places, and he wasn't even RB1 week one. I don't think he's RB1 right now. We'll just have to see. He's a speedster. Hopefully he gets some more touches because he's a great player. Like you said, at Ohio State, he was a monster. So
he was a beast.
We shall see. Be patient and also fuck the O-line in New England.
Very good.
Is it a lighthouse, yes or no?
I mean, it looks like a lighthouse. I don't think the semantics on like what a structure is versus what its relationship to the ocean is the defining factor. It's built as a lighthouse, as a lighthouse. What it is a non-functional, possibly the least useful lighthouse in the history of architecture.
Is a prop plane a plane if it
Like
doesn't fly?
This is a good question.
Especially
when does it become a
license.
pizza? When you make it or when it comes out of the oven?
See, these are the questions, folks. This is the type of shit you only get right here.
Does life begin at conception?
Oh. Next team that I want to talk about real quick, the Saints. Holy shit. Spencer Rattler. At this point, I'd probably just put in Tyler Shuck if I was them. Alvin Kamara can't even survive what's going on. He's not a drop candidate. In fact, I'd probably trade him. I'm not necessarily talking to Rami because his situation is different. But in general, out there, if you can get some value off the name Alvin Kamara and someone is going to take it, sell as high as you can. That Saints team is just brutal.
The Saints are a tough watch, and which was predicted. I mean, I think a lot of pundits had them probably being the worst team in the league this year, and they're being proven right. Looked feisty week one against the Cardinals, but the Cardinals suck. So, it's a tough scene there. You wonder if Alvin Kamara, I don't know what his contract situation is. You wonder if he's a sneaky trade candidate at the deadline. Probably not somebody that they can move because of financial reasons.
No, I don't think
probably
it's feasible
also
for
the
them.
guy. That's one of the fantasy brain bleeding over. Thinking, why doesn't the NFL just trade this guy?
Yeah.
I want to watch him on.
I would love to see him.
Else.
Dude, put him on the Chiefs, and I mean that wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Pacheco is not the guy. I don't even think Kareem Hunt's the guy.
Kareem Hunt was the guy, but that was, I think, also during the Obama administration.
100%. So at this point, you threw him on like a team like that, Come on, dude. Patrick Mahomes had a great week this week, starting for me. Speaking of the Cardinals as well, I do want to mention shout out to Marvin Harrison Jr. Bouncing back, big
Impressive.
touchdown, 6 catches, 66 yards and a tud. I couldn't be happier for him. I think he started crying after that. I might have even started crying after that a little bit because I plugged him in. I had the guts to do it. It paid off.
Brave.
Yeah, very brave. I don't get enough props for that. People don't want to give me props around here, but that's okay. That's all right. All right, let's go into some of what happened last week.
All
Some of the
right.
matches. It was a very exciting week for some of us, specifically you. Your matchup with Clint this week. Clint is now 2-2. He has lost 2 games by a total of 0.8 points. Never seen anything like it. Tell me, what were your feelings?
I had at first the great pleasure and then the great agony of watching most of the Sunday's games with Clint. Showed up at his house feeling good, and then sat there and watched as my lead totally evaporated. Justice Hill, are you kidding me?
What a play by
And
Clint.
hung out with Clint till sometime into the start of the Packers Cowboys game and speculated, yeah, there's one thing that can happen. A shootout where they run the ball a ton in the second half and the Packers give up an insane number of points and yards. And miraculously, a needle was threaded. I was not having fun.
Yeah, I
It
would
was
imagine.
not enjoyable for me. I don't think it was enjoyable for Clint. I don't know. Maybe he's a masochist, but it was brutal watching that go back and forth.
It was.
And I'm still sweating a stat correction. I'm worried that 6 weeks from now, somebody's going to be watching the film and say, you know what? Clint wins.
Yeah, negative 5 points for his defense definitely helped you out. Jordan Love had a great game.
Jordan Love had a huge game.
Does not get Jordan Love this week. One of the more exciting matchups I've seen in a long time. I was glued to my seat watching that one.
I'd like to point out again for Clint's sake, too, he would have beaten everyone else in the league except myself and Jimmy.
Yep. He would have
Something
beat
about
me.
those Catholic school boys.
Let's see if he can do it again. Jimmy goes on to 4-0 in a victory over Mr. Brandon. Brandon actually had a great
Another
week.
exciting matchup.
Genty went off. DK Metcalf with the 80-yarder. Carson Wentz was serviceable. Brandon's going to recover, I think.
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors is gone. That does not help things. I forgot about that.
Do you think if Malik Neighbors would have known before the start of the season that he was drafted by Brandon, he would have
Something
taken
would
out
have
an
changed.
insurance policy,
He would have done something.
sat out the season?
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah.
Brandon's got to just let these folks know when they're on the squad.
It's
'cause it's unbelievable.
it's
It's
insane.
unbelievable. Kyle moves on to 4-0, one of the last 2 unbeaten teams, beating Bryce, who had a very, very down week. Bryce has got to make some moves, specifically at running back. The fact that A.J. Brown is barely a human right now does not help. But
tough.
Bryce moves to 1-3 down there, potentially in the goopy beans.
Does Bryce have a tattoo?
He does.
Okay,
He might be prepping for number 2.
that's right.
Trevor inches out Sam Camp. Sam Camp goes to 0-4. It's tough to see. Good guy, good friend. But I do not like looking at his team at all whatsoever. Not a lot of trades to be had, at least as far as I'm concerned. I don't think he has 2 players worth trading any of my 2 players.
I think some people might have to come to terms with letting go of their prized quarterbacks.
Oh, absolutely.
In the interest
specifically
of
Jaden
a-
Daniels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that there's we'll see. I think there could be other teams that are looking at that as well. But I don't know if we have time to talk about that this week. So,
It's all
but
good.
I think to be able to get yourself out of the muck, some people are going to have to be letting go.
Oh, yeah. You
Uh,
got to let
very
go of
high dollar
some of the
guys.
guys that you love. You're just going to have to do it. It's the name of the game. Sam Good moves to 2-2 after his victory over my usual co-host, Caleb Klug, who is devastated right now. He moves to 1-3. He did make a big move this week to acquire
Huge
Kyron
move.
and Puka and Jalen Waddle. especially-
8-player trade.
Yeah, it was a big one. That's what he wanted to do. I like his team a little bit better now, but he is 1-3, potentially floating around in those beans as well. Rami might be the ultimate beans. Lost again. He is 0-4. Chubby Peen rolls on to 3-1. Shout out to Ryland. Has somehow turned this team around. Judkins looks great.
I
Obviously,
actually have a theory about Ryland. I
Yes.
was wondering about this earlier. I think that he rightfully takes a lot of pride in his ongoing title as Trader of the Year. And I wonder if there was a little bit of self-sabotage on trade day, just digging himself a hole so that he could show everybody that
he
can
do it
climb
again.
out of it. It doesn't matter. He levitates out of it. He
Yep.
makes trades, and they work for him.
Yep.
Happened last year when he took Jamar Chase from me, and it's happening again right now. Don't maybe trade with Ryland because I think he's casting a spell. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got something going on over there. I beat DJ pretty handedly, about 40 points. Obviously, Jalen Warren not playing for us West Coasters was absolutely brutal. That was nice to wake up to, though. It wouldn't have made too much of a difference. It would have been closer. I still would have won. Shout out to my team.
But that's tough. DJ had that 29 points on his bench. I wonder, was he in morning mass missing the...
He probably was.
Maybe they don't.
I think DJ's
those pagan symbols on your arms.
Yeah.
Sacred geometry, the devil's math.
Yeah, the devil's math. But I was happy to see that. To be honest, I can't say that I wasn't. Jalen Warren, all the best. Don't hope that you're hurt long term. But 0 points is always good when you're playing somebody.
Bad beat. That's
a recap of last week. Let's go ahead and get into this upcoming week. I'll say the names. You give me your initial thoughts.
Okay.
Kyle Alexander versus Jimmy Radzic, the battle of the 4-0s.
Wow. Two teams that underwent some pretty big changes over the course of the week. Obviously, really tough for Jimmy to lose Tyreek, but he's got depth. He'll just plug somebody else in that could possibly go up. Maybe Brian Thomas Jr. starts to show up. I know he's been getting a lot of catches. On the other hand, Kyle did a possibly unnecessary overhaul of his team and got better.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, you'll have to remind me some of the guys that he acquired. I know he got rid of Kyron and Puka.
He acquired Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
He acquired Trey Tucker. He acquired Roma Dunze and Caleb Williams.
Dunze. And so he's got a nice stack of guys that have scored every
Bears
week.
are on a bye week right now, though, so they won't be able to be plugged in.
So
quite yet.
that makes me kind of edge towards Jimmy by like $500,000.
Jimmy by $500,000 sounds about right.
But Jonathan Taylor's a guy that could go get 40 and erase that gap. So.
Yeah, absolutely. After that, we've got you versus Trevor, my friend. Surprisingly enough here, I'm definitely taking you. I think Calvin really sucks. And I shouldn't have said surprising. That was rude. You actually kill him on every positional matchup possible.
It's tough with him losing Lamar, and I wonder how much will there be a new record set for? Probably not.
Probably not. The highest.
Lamar's going to be gone 2 or 3 weeks. Probably.
Yeah. Hopefully not even that long. Football's better with him in it. I'm taking you by at least $1 million.
I'm feeling confident, but last year Darnell Mooney had a career game against me as somebody that Trevor picked up off the waivers. So I still have a sour taste in my mouth from that last year.
Trevor's the king of the waivers.
So there's some guy whose name none of us know that's going to score 3 touchdowns next week.
And Trevor's going to start him.
And Trevor's going to start him. So I'm going to take myself by $1 million, but not very confidently.
We got Brandon versus Sam Good. Sam Good does not have Bijan this week. Falcons are on a bye.
Right.
I give the massive leg up to Brandon here. Herbert's great. Genty's going to keep rolling. Xavier Worthy looks great.
Who do the Raiders have?
Raiders have Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It's a pretty stout defense, but I still give it to him over Chase Brown, who's starting to cross him on Sam Good's team.
Yeah, I think I would also have to go with Brandon there on a bounce back week. Tough losing neighbors, but I don't know. You never know. One of those guys could surprise. Will Justin Fields come out and have another massive game, or the Jets going to fall apart here?
Brandon has DK on a bye. However, he plugs in Jordan Addison, so he's got that triple Viking stack of Wentz, Hawkinson, and Addison. Wow. We'll see. I think a lot of that week hinges on that. I still give it to Brandon.
Do you know how the Vikings play?
Vikings are playing Cleveland.
Exactly. So I think this could be a rock fight.
Yeah.
This could be a rock fight.
Low
90s.
Could. Low 90s, defensive battle. Good luck, boys. Best of luck to you both. Ryland versus Bryce. We just talked about it.
Ryland by $1 million. I don't need to hear any of the names.
Ryland just has a way of rebuilding his teams from the dirt. Now, somehow it's at an even 50-50 split. I give the positional advantage to Ryland almost everywhere.
Could it be the Trey Benson game? Cardinal fans can only hope. So can Bryce.
It won't be. Caleb Klug going up against DJ Giroux. GJ's got Jalen Warren on a bye.
And Kenneth Gainwell then.
Yep. Caleb's got Tucker Kraft on a bye. He can just plug in Kenneth. Oh, he can't. Steelers are on a bye. So he's
Caleb's got the Rams are playing on Thursday night against a reeling Packers team or Niners team. I think I'm going to go with Mr. McConklug on this one.
Yep. Puka Naklugski is the name.
Puka Naklugski. Pretty good one.
Yep.
I like it.
Right now, DJ actually does not have a running back on his roster that could fill that spot.
Well, then I bet you that team trade changes between now and then. This is a tough matchup to predict because I think we might be staring down a couple of names
trades
there are going to be different.
Someone off the waivers potentially.
By the time
I don't really
this
know who's
even
there.
airs.
But yeah, I got Klug by $2 million in that one. Rami versus Sam Camp, a battle of the 0-4. It's going to be gross. It's going to be disgusting. I can't believe I'm saying this. Give me Rami, especially if what you say is correct and Dylan Gabriel gets that start. That's going to bring
Dylan Gabriel's getting the start. I think this all hinges on if Jaden Daniels plays. I don't know that if he's going to play. I think it's another rock fight.
I think it's another rock fight.
Tough to predict.
I'm actually going to give the edge to Rami though, just positionally. I think he's got him beat out in most spots. The one place you could say he could potentially be beat is Javonte Williams is better than Derrick Henry. I don't think that's the case, but right now he's projected to score more
Derrick
points.
Henry is going to carry the ball 35 times next week.
Before we get into our matchup of the week, signature matchup, I do want to point out our non-sponsor. It is Miller Lite, Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. Cheers, Tommy. Thank you for supplying these, and thank you to Miller High Life for supplying it to wherever Tom bought it. Thanks.
The worst Circle K in Chandler.
Matchup of the week is none other than... Ooh.
That's embarrassing.
I did it. I did it with champagne.
Yeah, that was better.
And you did it with champagne of beers.
This is way worse.
You did it with the champagne of beers.
Thank God I'm wearing pants to wipe this on.
Matchup of the week. It's me versus Clint. And I'll tell you why. We could have easily gone with the matchup of the undefeated teams, but Clint has just been a thorn in my side all year. And he said it is his goal to make me look stupid all year. That is one that I will wear the hat. If I win, I will be in here wearing the hat. I'll be wearing all the victory garb. Clint talking big shit all year, talking about how stupid I am. And guess what? I'm 3-1. You're 2-2. It's time for you and I to meet face to face. Winner has to stop talking shit about the other one. Clint, I'm coming for your ass this week. You got me in a couple spaces. I am horribly concerned about Amon-Ra St. Brown. To be honest,
yes, you should be. I mean,
but I believe my boys.
The lines are wagging again. Sorry.
I'm
I'm looking for the matchup. Here's a perfect spot to cut. I'm sorry, buddy. Why can't I?
Talking about me and Clint.
There it is. I'm just trying to pull up the goddamn. There we go. Shit. Tough matchup. The question is, how focused will Clint be? He's going to be 8 Mai Tais deep every day for the next week. He's on the beach in Maui. Does his phone even work in Hawaii? We don't know.
He's definitely not going to be watching this.
He's definitely not watching this. Damn. Marcus, you got a lot of studs on this team.
I know.
However, cool? The Lions play the Bengals. And Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown might combine for 80.
Or and I go up so early, so quick, and bench them for the rest of the game.
That's also possible. And I do think it's important to remind everybody that Clint, if in our league, one person had one catch over the course of 2 weeks, conceively, that is what he's down by.
Yeah,
this guy should be
absolutely.
4-0. Lucky that he's not.
Yep.
I'm lucky. And
he has no Jordan
but I'm
Love.
going to give it to the host by $1 million.
Let's go. Host by $1 million. Tom, thank you so much for being here. We ran a little bit over.
Yeah.
Apologies to our friend Harry in the back.
Harry, producer extraordinaire, is going to have a brutal time because I'm long-winded.
10 extra minutes of videos to sort through. I apologize for that.
Harry, you can cut pretty much everything I said about running backs if you want.
I don't think that's necessary.
Good.
Keep it in.
Please cut that joke, though.
Yeah. From all of us here at the Commissioner's Notes podcast, we're getting rocking and rolling. It's week 5 somehow already. I don't love saying it. I wish it was still week 1. You know what I mean? I want football to be forever. I wish football was like 30 weeks. I wish football was the same length as the NBA season or the MLB season. Would be fucking sick.
Well, Roger Goodell is wanting that for you also.
Yes, absolutely. From all of us here, though, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow at Commissioner's Notes. Commissioner's Notes podcast on YouTube, or just head straight to commissionersnotes.com. We got it all set up. Again, shout out to Harry in the back. Shout out to my boy Tom for being here.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my friend.
Honored to be here. Always fun. Thanks for
you do a
thanks for
great
having me
job.
back on.
You do a great job talking ball here with the boys.
It's a
You're
great
one of my
time.
favorite co-hosts.
One of.
It's week 5, baby. Have yourself an unbelievable week. Great week of football. Devils don't play this week, but still, go Devils. We'll talk to you guys next week. Shout out to Juliana. Peace.
Oh my